Advanced Health Sciences Psychology B Virtual Interactive Notebook 4. Personality, Day 6, the Big Five. Essential question today. What are the Big Five personality traits? The main idea is Big Five, and the subtopics are actually the 5 traits. So they are openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. Set those notes up. All right. Had some weirdness going on there. Okay, so I have included the chart from your reading, and what I want for your notes is you'll see here. I'll show you what I mean. Here's the chart, right? Okay, so for your notes, I just want you to write the definitions of these things in the middle. You don't have to do the stuff on the side, but I do want you to look at the stuff on the side. So a person who is open will be curious with wide range of interests and independent. A person who's not open will be practical, conventional, and prefers routine, for example. I just want you to write openness, imagination, feelings, actions, ideas. All right? Now, the thing to know about this is, of all the personality psychology that you can study, this is the one that appears to have the most science behind it. This has been just done to death. Literally thousands of studies have been done on the Big Five. And what they find is the Big Five is predictive. That is to say, people with certain personality characteristics from the Big Five will go into certain jobs, will have a certain level of success, or have a certain likelihood to go to prison, are more or less likely to be successful as artists or military personnel or all kinds of stuff. This stuff seems to be pretty scientific, all right? And it's really interesting. So we're going to go through each trait very quickly. Openness. How open are you? How much do you rely on imagination, your feelings, your actions, ideas? Are you open to new ideas or are you not? Now, the idea that you might not be as open to new ideas is not a bad thing. For example, let's say that someone's doing brain surgery on you. Do you want them to get a sudden inspiration? Hey, you know what? I'm here. Let's try this. Let's see what happens. Let's be open to it. No. Do you want how open do you want your auto mechanic to be to new ideas? You know, I was gonna replace some spark plugs on this thing, but I threw on a turbo. Actually, that sounds awesome. Okay, that's a bad example. Moving on. Conscientiousness. So how self-disciplined are you? How goal-driven are you? Extroversion. How social are you? Are you social with other people or are you more reclusive? Agreeableness. How cooperative are you with other people? How much can other people trust you? How good-natured are you? Neuroticism. Now, this is controversial because calling someone neurotic is now well, you're neurotic. That's an insult, right? And there's all kinds of whatever. Neuroticism is your tendency towards unstable emotions. And, I came out fairly neurotic. So I can be anxious and unhappy and prone to negative emotions. I maybe am less calm, even temperate and secure sometimes. It's levels, whatever. It's fine. So those are the Big Five. Now, what I would like you to do, unless you really don't want to, if you don't want to do this, I want you to just evaluate yourself, read the Big Five, and evaluate yourself point by point in your output. Or if you want to, go online. I have a link under output where it says take the Big Five test online. There's a site called Open Psychometrics that, as far as I can tell, is legit. And they have free psychological tests, and one of them is the Big Five personality traits. And so you take this thing, and then it scores you based on the questions that you answered. So their Big Five traits are a little bit different, and you'll find that as you research the Big Five, there are people who advocate changing the traits somewhat. So I've done what your book says. This one's a little bit different. That's fine. It ranked me on extroversion, emotional stability, which is neuroticism, but they don't call it neuroticism anymore because that's bad. Agreeableness, yeah. Conscientiousness, yeah. And then intellect / imagination, that's openness. Okay, so um, anyway. All right, so factor 1, extroversion. I ranked in the 81st percentile for extroversion, which means if 100 people take this test, I'm in the top 20 for extroversion. Now, that's not like I'm good and the people in the bottom 20 are bad. It just means that I'm way more social than most people. I guess that's true. I always think of myself as an introvert. I don't mind being alone. But if you look at my personality traits, I mean, I chose a job where I think the average teacher's interactions with people per day is something like 1,700, and the average person's is about 300. So I chose an extrovert's job. So maybe me thinking of myself as an introvert isn't necessarily as valid. Okay. For emotional stability, I ranked in the 26th percentile. This used to be called neuroticism. I am more prone to negative emotions. If you talk to people around me, that's definitely true. I can get moody, right? Okay, factor 3, agreeableness. I ranked I ranked in the 2nd percentile. I am not agreeable according to this. Low scorers are critical and aggressive. Shut up. What do you say? Oh, sorry. Okay. Conscientiousness. Individuals who score high in this factor are careful and diligent. Low scorers are impulsive and disorganized. I mean, whatever. We are what we are. And then intellect and imagination. I ranked in the 88th percentile. So people who score low tend to be traditional conventional. I ranked 88th. I'm not traditional and conventional. This is pretty accurate. Right? This is a pretty good summation of my personality, and that is what science shows. Now, I'm not going to say that this is who you are completely. I don't think that's true. I think all of this stuff contributes to your personality. You're a very complex organism, right? But the stuff hits pretty close to home, at least for me. So I hope you enjoy taking the test and maybe learning something about yourself, or at least considering yourself in new ways. Okay? And I will see you tomorrow for day 7.